Welcome back, Updates Nation. Welcome back to the channel and thanks for joining me. So we're gonna try a different format for today's video where we're gonna do like a mixed reaction style commentary sort of format for this video. So we're basically gonna cover Vybz Karel with his TMZ interview, and from my previous videos you guys would know that yes, I'm a fan of his music and everything, and acknowledge him definitely as one of the legends in dancehall, if not the biggest. You understand? So we're just gonna cover this interview and see what really has been on Vybz Karel's mind, his thoughts on being free, and even events that happened while he was incarcerated. So let's get it.
Telling some of the youth when you were signing autographs and taking pictures, stay completely away from the whole jail life, the whole jail scene.
Yeah, trust me, man. It's terrible in there, and I wouldn't wish that on nobody. I wouldn't wish prison on anybody. Trust me. So I want the kids to stay away from that.
What would you think your worst day in prison was like? Is this like just having to work against your will? What?
So right off the bat, it already has a positive message about staying out of bad company, staying away from the things that can really impact your life, because a lot of these things that happens in our daily lives can impact us, not just in the sense of you're having a bad day. Sometimes it can leave impacts that lasts for years. You understand? So it's really important to be careful of the company that you have, because one of the worst case scenarios that can happen is ending up in prison, as he did, or even being deleted completely. So you really have to be cautious of your company and everything like that.
They're like, some of the things that they would be facing.
Okay, I got sentenced to hard labor, but because I was an appellant, I didn't work. Because, once you're appealing your case, it's like you're in purgatory. You're kind of a prisoner, but you're kind of not. So a lot of the rules don't apply to you in terms of you don't have to wear the uniform. You can wear your regular clothes. You don't get to work. You know what I mean? But my worst days in prison were the days when I didn't have visits.
Oh, so that's something new. I didn't know that there was even like a purgatory law that could be applied in prison. So he's saying that because he was appealing his case, it's like he's still in prison, still incarcerated, but certain rules don't apply because he's still appealing his case. So if he was not appealing or anything like that, he would have to work like the prisoners, kind of like what you see in those movies, I'm assuming, like where you see them with the chains on their feet and they're working in the fields or something to that effect. I'm guessing that's what he means. But it's really interesting that he's saying this, because I didn't know this. I'm learning something new today. Let me know if he's learning something new today, guys, as well. So yeah, let's continue.
When I could see my girlfriend come to me and that was also a terrible day too, because it's fun when she comes, but it's sad when she leaves. It's bittersweet, as people would say. So, you know what I mean? Every time he goes away. Yeah, she's right there.
What was your reaction?
Yeah, man, it's a real talk. In context, like when you're lonely and you're secluded, like in a prison environment, whenever someone comes and is able to cheer up your day, it's one of the worst things when that person leaves, because now you have to go back into that shell that you don't even want to be in.
So when you found out that it was official, Vybz is gone.
Even now I haven't processed it. Even now, I tell people this and they think I'm joking or I'm trying to be emotional. Even now, I haven't processed it. Sometimes I wake up, sometimes I'm afraid to post because I think I'm in prison and I have to hide my phone. Like just crazy stuff like that. I wake up at 7 o'clock looking around if I'm gonna get searched. Sometimes when I hear a key, I'm like, yo, because the officers, they shake the key in the morning when they're coming to check the muster. So I'm still going through a lot of that, man. Trust me, I'm grateful to be out, but I still haven't processed it in that way, man. And every day I have to pray to God. I was in prison. I prayed, I'm like, God, if you get me out of this place, I will never stop calling your name. I will never stop praising you.
Okay, so that's a lot to process right there because, this. Let me just first start off and say, like, when it just came out versus how he looks now, he looks much better now than how he did when it just came out. And secondly, like the trauma of being in that situation for so long. It's like what 12 to 13 years, yeah, 13 years, and being in that situation for so long to say like even being free now, a lot of that is still programmed in his head to have the fear, so he's still traumatized mentally from being in prison. He's free now physically, but mentally a part of him is still in prison, and for some people that's really a permanent thing to have that mindset. So hopefully he recovers from this as soon as possible, because that is a traumatizing thing for anyone to be a prisoner in literal sense, and now it's on a deeper level now where it's mental. So it's also good as well now, another big highlight, the fact that he is acknowledging God, because remember this was Vybz Karel who used to say he doesn't have to know God in his music, and now he's here acknowledging God, so it's a really big step up in the right direction spiritually for him as well, to really acknowledge the Almighty, because a lot of us even who are free, incarcerated, or just take it or took it for granted, so it's really a good thing to see that he's called upon God, and pretty much I'm sure that the fact that he acknowledged God is one of the things that really helped his case to prevail. You understand? Let me know what you guys think. Let me put this back, because I want to cover this God acknowledgement part a little bit more.
Every day I have to pray to God. I was in prison. I prayed. I'm like, God, if you get me out of this place, I will never stop calling your name. I will never stop praising you. Trust me, man. So, but I'm still in that mindset, and I'm working on it. It's mental. Yeah, man. It's very mental damage, man, and mental health.
Yeah, it brings up, and there are things that in Jamaica too, they don't really pay attention to mental health in Jamaica, No, man. Mental health in Jamaica is not something that's paid attention to, but I'm really happy to see that he's acknowledging God now. It's a really big thing for me to see him doing that, because I'm really glad, because like a lot of people that are in the music industry are entertainers in general. A lot of them don't acknowledge God, and then I find it sad when if they pass away and they didn't get to have that relationship started off with God. It really lets me feel some type of way. Like let me just bring up, for example, Juice WRLD or XXXTentacion. These are two very popular American rappers that passed away, and their music, they were literally about to be in the peak of their music career, about to really explore what they could really do musically, and they both passed away right at that peak when they were really approaching it, and I found it sad, because it's like they didn't even get to really, everyone gets a chance to know God, but a lot of people do like to do it later on in their lives, right? And they didn't get that opportunity, so it breaks my heart to know that this was not something that they had the opportunity to get, like some people get the privilege to do, to say, oh, when I'm 50 I'll change, when I'm 30 I'll change, or something like that. So it's really something that you really have to take God into your life from now and acknowledge him, like put God first. Even if you have struggles with your habits or lifestyle same way, it's important to at least put him first for him to say acknowledge him. Don't just wait and be happy with everything you have now. Even if you have things going for you well, make sure that you have some acknowledgement, so that in the darkest moments of your life you'll be able to see that God's working in that just the same. I hope hope you guys get what I'm saying.
Black people don't like to really talk about it, but it's a real thing.
Real talk. Jamaica does not pay attention to mental health. It's real. You know how much madman we have in Jamaica? A whole heap of madman in Jamaica, The mental health thing is real. The mental health is something that is serious. Like, even in the workplaces, like for example, people that work in call centers that sometimes get abusive customers have to sit down for hours dealing with these types of calls. People that are in the office that might have to deal with people with attitude. I really think that there should be some systems in place that can help people in a mental health basis. Even people that go through regular day things, like if they find out their spouse is cheating on them, a whole heap of time, a lot of times we hear that the spouse ends the other spouse because they found out they were cheating, or ends the entire family and then themselves. So a lot of these things need to be addressed on a mental health perspective.
I'm telling you.
What was like the biggest, mind-blowing difference?
That's easy. The infrastructure of the country, like roads, highways, that all that stuff wasn't there when I went in. And also the internet. The internet has changed dramatically. Now, I mean, as a matter of fact, when I was going in, there wasn't no internet, wasn't even a thing. It was just YouTube, Facebook, that's it. So those two things are the biggest differences I see when I got out. I'm like, yo, wow. Quickly, and I adapt. So, I mean, right now in Jamaica, I have one of the biggest followings on TikTok. I mean, and my Instagram is growing steadily. When I came out, it was 1.2. 1.1. Now it's like 3 something or 2.8. So, and it's only been a month. So, I mean, the progress is good, steady and good.
Yeah, definitely the change of how the internet works is a massive difference from when he went in to when he's out. And of course, with the mindset that Vybz Karel has, he's able to make use with his intelligence of anything to really market himself, and by extension marketing his music, because he knows how to keep controversy and his name synonymous in Jamaica. So yeah, he's definitely able to adapt.
Songs being integrated into the TikTok culture, like you said, the internet wasn't around, but it's really combining generations of music fans.
I'm telling you, man, the kids, trust me, the kids. I to be honest, I'm pleasantly surprised.
And hold on, you guys notice when see them wipe off each chest? I love how see them stay. I love how she is, bro. She's just there. You know what I mean? Like, that's the type of woman every man needs. She's just there, supporting and everything. It's something to cherish when you have a good union between two people. Because a lot of time people think, oh no, the man is the prize, or the woman thinks that, oh no, it's the woman's the prize. No, it's the unity, the bond, what you make when you both come together. That unity is the prize. You know what I mean? That's the prize.
Prized by the love I get from like the teenagers, the 15-year-olds, the 16-year-olds. I mean, it's amazing. And it goes to show that once you do good music, it will last forever. I mean, Bob Marley died like 40 years ago, and that man is still legendary at #1 on the iTunes chart.
That's true, and even brought that up in the interview with Anthony Miller, that good music does stand up. Like, even I'm not disrespecting any of the current day music. A lot of them are good, a lot of them are conscious and have value. At the same time, some of them, when I listen to the lyrics, it's like you can tell that in no time a lot of these music are going to be irrelevant. But good music stands up and stands the test of time. Like, you can still listen, for example, not just Bob Marley, let's say someone more modern, like, not saying he's isn't modern, but you know what I mean, like someone younger, like Chronics. Do it for the love, we not do it for the likes. That's still a classical song. It's still relevant per se. And Coffee's songs, for example, and even Vybz Karel, of course, because all of his songs are so versatile and has so many different types of songs. So even if you are someone that does dancehall and you sing about a certain type of things that are irrelevant, if you go ahead and you take the opportunity to be as versatile and do different types of songs, like Vybz Karel has a song for everything, like even has some music that Christians can listen to, for example, then you can stand the test of time. You can have something with reggae mix, dancehall, a different side to you, like show the versatility of how you're able to do your stuff as a music person. That is what would be really relevant and really dynamic and helps you to stand the test of time, you know?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We have a joke that we as entertainers now, we have a joke that says, every time you go on iTunes, reggae charts, Bob Marley's at #1 looking at us like this. So he doesn't, trust me. So it's good that the kids are gravitating towards my music. Feels amazing.
How long did you wait when you got out of jail to hit the studio?
That's the thing. I haven't hit the studio. I hit the Kim, which is what we call the gym in Jamaica. You know what I mean? It's a personal joke between entertainers. We don't go to the gym. We go to Kim. Blah blah blah. Yeah, watch it. Wipe me, baby. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, but yeah. So I've only been to the.
Yo, see them in there. You don't go to gym, go to Kim. Okay, I think it's obvious what that means, but if you don't get it, I perceive it to mean that they go to their woman for relations and refer to that as a gym because it's a whole workout, you know. But yeah, he's been focusing on his health because he mentioned in his ER interview that his Graves' disease is curable, so he's getting treatment, and a part of that treatment is definitely going to be his diet and exercise. So I'm sure he's working out. Like I said earlier, he does look better than when he just came out of prison. He looks a lot better now, and you can see the improvements of his health. So yeah, I want to see that continue.
Gym, and I've been to just eating better. I don't eat a lot of red meat that I used to. I'm drinking roots in Jamaica. I'm sure you know what roots is. So even right now, I have a glass of roots drinking. I mean it.
Well, yeah, man, you know what the roots, man. Like, for example, would have baba roots. There's a popular drink as well. Like, a lot of nutrients and healing factors can be found in roots. So that's exactly why he's referring to that now. So yeah, it's really decent for health benefits. So it's good that he's taking even that up too.
It looks awful and it tastes awful, trust me. But it's good for me. So
Yeah,
that's what I'm feeding on right now.
What was your prison diet like? I mean, I can't.
He needs to make sure that's full, at least. If you drink coffee and drinks, that best say.
Imagine that you guys had a lot of healthy options.
I mean, no, but we could get anything. Well, I could get anything I wanted because
Or a boss.
I'm exactly, but. Nah, and I was, trust me, I'm in terrible shape right now because actually I was overindulging in food in prison. It was my way. That was my escapism. You know what I mean? To just eat. When I came out, my belly was this big, like my lawyer's belly. And
I didn't deserve that.
yeah, so now I'm working to get it off. So yeah.
What do you think of today's music? Doesn't seem like, you know, dancehall is really on the forefront. It seems like Afrobeats maybe have taken over.
I mean, from time to time, I mean, dancehall music is shining. Then it has a time when it kind of dims a little. Then it goes back on high beam. So we understand that. And for me personally, I mean, Buju Banton made a statement the other day. Big up Buju Banton. He's my favorite DJ, by the way. And
yeah, man, for those who don't know, Mojo is one of the people that really inspired him to take on music. His original name wasn't even Vybz Karel, it was Adi Bantan, you know. So yeah,
he's right about what he said about Afrobeats not being that that deep, that kind of revolutionary music. But then I think DJ Ems, I can't remember her name, or Thames, she explained that it was all escapism music, it's fun music, it's dancing music. So the point I'm trying to make is every genre has its space.
Yeah, every genre has a purpose, for real. And escapism is a keyword that keeps popping up in the last couple of seconds. Like in his mention about eating was his escapism, you know, because a lot of people feel good eating because it tastes good, make you feel good, and it can really let you get out of hand with weight, you know. A lot of people end up on that path, and such, and other people have escapism through music, you know. So I guess it kind of ties back in with mental health and things that you do to have yourself mentally okay, right? Um, kind of reminds me of the song Pine and Ginger, where when they explain what the song means, they said it was in reference to everyone has their way of dealing with their problems. So a form of escapism coming back in as a concept again.
Every genre has its space, so we can all coexist together. And dancehall music now is been run by the kids, so I mean, I would give them some time to find themselves, to come into themselves, and then understand the difference between the local market and the international market. So I would definitely give them a few years. But there are a lot of promising stars in Jamaica, so.
Yeah, in terms of the years, you did mention that it takes like 7 years to build your own solid fan base, and using that time to merely solidify yourself, creating content, music, of course, and building up your fan base and doing your best to make sure you're consistent. And that's really the advice he had for new artists and the young artists out there now.
I mean, I don't have anything bad to say because they're still growing.
But you were still managing to release some music from prison, were you not?
That's all I could do. I didn't have any. That gave me my motivation. You know, I figured out how to record. I did it on my phone with my mattress, because they give you an old mattress. So I had to cut the covering off the mattress to make it flexible. It's crazy. Wrap it around my head and record and send it out. Get the studio engineers. So big up to Dunwell. Big up to Red Boom. I even went gold, actually, from prison and silver in the UK.
Yo, so you can do anything from anywhere now? You can make anything from anywhere. You can make it. It's just a mindset. A lot of people complain when they're in some tough situations, and it's like, sometimes I've been in personally myself in some tough situations and still was able to get success regardless of what. You know, it can be like everyday things, and it can be your dreams and aspirations, your goals, you know. And like, look at him. He was in prison and he used the mattress as like the soundproof in, you know, what they use for studios, and recorded it with his phone, you know, and made hits like Fever, and still went, you know, at the top of dancehall, maintained his topness of being the dancehall avatar, you know, because it's like he saved dancehall, you know, dancehall hero.
Hey, yeah. So big up my engineers, Red Boom and Dunwell. I'm an artist. Fundamentally, I have to do art. I have to record. I figured out how to do it because a lot of them, at one point, all the songs, because I used to record a lot of songs before I got arrested. All those songs were released. So we didn't have anything in our archives. So I have to figure out a way to record. And trust me, I did, thank God. And it was amazing. At first, it was very tedious. It was very hard.
Yo, I love it. Respect, I didn't like. So yeah, I love it.
Because I didn't figure out how to use the mattress. So a lot of the early songs, they sounded metallic, and they sounded like you could hear the echo. You could hear the officers outside. So it was crazy. So we figured it out, and yeah, the rest is history, as they say. So
That's lit.
Yeah,
how long do you think until you get back to performing and, you know, getting back to your regular self, or is it just a day-to-day situation?
Okay, I have a concert December 31st in Jamaica. That's the first concert. It's called Freedom Street. And that's what I'm working towards now, like getting fit, getting healthy. I'm not even focused on the studios yet because, like you said earlier, the songs are having a resurgence and they're all over TikTok. So I'm good on the social media space. I'm good in the dancehall, so I have time to work out and build that fitness, get my lungs back open like a giant. Then I'm hitting the studio. Hopefully before the concert, I can hit the studio and then start putting in the work. But I have a studio set up in my house anyway. My kids did it. So.
Nice.
Okay, nice. So yeah, he's focusing first on health, and then he'll continue to work on the wealth of his content, you know. And like he says, he does have a lot of content out there. Like there's so many songs for Vybz Karel. It's literally in the thousands at this point, you know. And not many people in the music scene can say that about their catalog of music, but he can, and this gives him enough time to be relevant while still working on himself, as a human being, and being able to go ahead and create a better position for his body to be in as a healthy person. So he's, like you said, working on his lungs. Overall, overcoming Graves' disease is a priority right now. So it looks like he's at a high percentage of getting through that, perhaps at maybe 60-70% at that point, because he's saying that hopefully before December he'll be able to get there, you know. So yeah, that's pretty much the entire video on that note, guys. So it's really fascinating to see him come out free and acknowledging God. That's a big, very big step, and something that really needs to be prioritized in context to other people in music, or anyone in the entertainment space, or in fact all of us, because we've all fallen short of the glory of God, you know what I mean? So when you can acknowledge the Creator now, that brings your light into a positive position, and when other people can see your light, it brings the youths to see that and be able to look into themselves to say that, you know what, I need God in my situation to prevent something like this happening to me, or something similar, right? So yeah, guys, thanks for joining me, Updates Nation. I hope you guys like this format of a video. I've been really trying to figure out what kind of content I should try, because I've been using text-to-speech mostly, like Murph.ai, to make my content. You'll see a lot of my videos have been, you know, text-to-speech, even on content that I create with Vybz Karel. So if that's something, for example, you're interested in trying to get started as a content creator, definitely text-to-speech is an awesome thing, you know. I personally, I was able to acquire things over time, including that the microphone I'm using right now, my headset, new laptops, for the sake of trying to get to the position I want to in terms of making content better. But at moments where I just had to say, you know what, the amount of struggles I had to go through, it's best if I just use text-to-speech just to get content out there and everything. I've been very occupied with other things in my life, of course, just lack of content from recently, but I'm gonna try out new formats to really keep you guys updated and entertained as well, you know. So thank you guys for staying subscribed, and thank you if you're just a new subscriber from this type of content. I really appreciate the comments as well. I noticed that there was even like more interactions, like commentary from you guys in the comment section whenever I personally spoke on my different types of videos. So yeah, I want to build that connection with you guys as well on top of that. So yeah, so thanks again for tuning in, everyone. I really appreciate you all, and I'll see you in the next one. So I'll see you with the next condiments in that time frame. I'm out.